Hello and welcome. Today we're going to do the test run of the AI writing tests of Microsoft Edge Bing um, chat and the Chat GPT on March 19, 2023. So our objectives for today are to compare the writing results between the Bing option in Edge browser and Chat GPT separately. So Ali, our rescue manager, has suggested the following: that write the purpose of responsive web design with about 2,000 words limit to it, and what are responsive web design frameworks, about 2,000 words into it. Um, and this is a suggestion, like that Ali wrote in the description. That we will be able to revise next week. But I just wanted to do the test run to see how things are working in this direction. So let's go in ChatGPT first. We are about to open the ChatGPT first time, and it is giving us the option of what do you expect from the ChatGPT. So here it is. Our goal is to get the external feedback in order to improve our system and make them safer. While we have a safe ground in place, the system may occasionally generate incorrect or misleading information and produce offensive or biased content. This is not intended to give advice. Next, how we collect data. Conversations may be viewed by our AI trainers to improve our systems. Please don't share any sensitive information in your conversation. We will love the feedback. This system is optimized for dialogue. Let us know if a particular response was good or unhelpful. Share your feedback in our Discord server. Done. All right, so this is the simple interface of the Chat GPT, and we just seeing it we have examples here. We have capabilities here and limitations here. But what we're trying to do within it is going to try different options and see what is going to give us the explanation. So these are the examples that we can be able to try, capabilities we can try, and limitations that it is giving the option. The important thing needs to know that Bing Microsoft Edge browser is also released some of the key features that you can be able to see right there. And that is a comparison we're going to have. Bing chat response, which on the back end using the Chat GPT and Chat GPT interface directly. So Bing has a chat feature and the compose feature. We're going to go in the compose feature and going to write some professional article about it. So before we do any entry, we need to record the entry and see how the entry is behaving for our client's advantage and the keyword research. So I'm going to come back into our Word document that I'm preparing, and we need to put the question, what is the purpose of the responsive web design? Just going to write it here. What is the purpose of the responsive web design? But this is just a simple, literally five, how many that is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight words situation, and it's very limited of what is going to respond to it. It is only the 44 characters it has selected in this sector. So what is the purpose of responsive web design? It's a very small element. So let's check with that what it says. First, we're going to try Bing writing and then ChatGPT 4 writing. Just go in there and going to write the same question over here and write it down. What is the purpose of responsive web design? Now we want this writing tone to be professional, not casual, enthusiastic, informational. I think informational can be good. Informational can be good. So I pick up informational because this needs to be informational. It needs to be paragraph and it needs to be long writing. So based on that, just say go for it. The tone, it needs to be informational, right? It needs to be informational in the sense that people can be able to assess it and read it better. Maybe we're going to try one informational first and professional one second, and it needs to be long. Okay, so let's generate that and see how it's going to give us the response. And the timing is 1:17 p.m. and let's start. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008. So about 28 seconds it's written this article. So let's copy that and put it into our Word document. And this is what the Bing wrote. And it is big document, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it at the end of the document to read it properly as a document. So let's say the question was this. Question was this, and let's see the response was this. Bing response. Bing response of this. Okay, so let's read it. The purpose of response. Okay, this is another thing that we're going to realize and analyze today. That what we're reading, is it going to sound good too? Because a lot of people are saying that it's not going to be sound very well. So this is the test today, that we're going to compare the Bing chat and paragraph writing as well as Chat GPT 4 writing. And we're going to also read it over, so when people hear it and I hear myself after this recording, I can be able to gauge it properly, is it done well or it's not done well. So that's why I'm going to read it just like normal person. The question we asked with the Bing browser was, what is the purpose of responsive web design? The purpose of responsive web design is to create web pages that look good and function well on all devices, regardless of their size, regardless of their screen size, resolution, orientation, or input method. Responsive web design is not a separate technology, but an approach that uses various web platform features and best practice to achieve this goal. It missed the full stop, not a big deal. Actually, 2 spaces extra. Next one is some of the key techniques that are used to implement responsive web design are meta queries. Okay, these allows us to apply different CSS rules based on the characteristics of device or browser window, such as width, height, resolution, color depth, etc. Meta queries can help us create breakpoints for different layouts and adapt the content to different screen sizes. Okay, nice analysis. Fluid grids. These are layout systems that use relative units, such as percentages, instead of fixed units, such as pixels, to define the width and height of element. Fluid grids can help us create flexible layout that can resize and reflow according to the available space. I'm honestly liking what I'm seeing it. It is pretty done well. Fluid images. These are images that have their max width property set to 100%, which means they can scale down to fit their container, but not scale up beyond their original size. Fluid images can help us avoid overflowing or pixelated images on different devices. Nicely said and nicely written, because this is the most complex situation when, and it always comes to us when we're trying to explain this to our clients, what is what, and fluid grids, fluid images, and we tell the clients the grid defines and moves as it should be, but it's good to put it into the writing words like that. So very impressive. Other features. There are many other features that can enhance responsive web design, such as viewport meta tag, picture element, flexbox, grid layout, object fit property, etc. These features can help us control the dimensions and scaling of the page, display different images for different devices or resolution, create complex and responsive layout with ease. Okay, that's fine. Okay, responsive web design is a way to design for a multi-device web. It aims to provide a consistent and optimal user experience across various devices and platforms. Now, look at the, like, I'm going to put it into the page, and this is a letter size page with very thin sidelines just to make it fit. So I'm going to select it all and see how many words are we selecting. So it is about 1,779 characters. Okay, so 290 words. So it is a 290 words, not a 2,000 word that I got it. But imagine 2,000 word, 260 words, what was it? So 290 words is pretty decent for just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words input, because we did not give the AI the situation where it's going to define more details to us. So we have to feed the AI for more and better respond to give you the response for your queries. So what we're going to do is we're going to simply I'm just trying to remove this one. Okay, here we go. So read on next page. Read on next page. And for that one, we're going to simply write insert page number, so it becomes easy for us. Page number, bottom page number, bottom page. So read page 2, what we're going to say, because the responses may be going to be big and we don't want it to take our grid of the spacing and we're going to use the space as indexing. Page 2. So that is going to be a good response side of things. So next part, what I'm going to do is just to enhance this question and refine it a little bit more. But before I do that, I wanted to try the Chat GPT 4 version of it based on the same question. So just let me copy that. Let me extract it. Let me go over here, and now I'm going to ask Chat GPT 4 to give me the response on this and see how it's going to respond to me, because it does not have one of those features: professional, casual, enthusiastic, informational, funny, a paragraph, or long, or small, or medium, or something like that. So let's do that and see. Yeah, I forgot to count the time here, but this is the another thing we're going to analyze side by side. That is it giving us the same response or less response? So it seems like it gave us kind of similar response. Look at those paragraph over here and look at this paragraph over there. So and that's why we need to copy that. So let's copy this and put this into read on page 3, and take this over here and put it on the page 3. Okay, so it didn't do that well, so just neutralize it in Notepad, bring it here, put it here, and let me copy this quotient, Bing response, and let's say ChatGPT-4, ChatGPT-4 response of what you are going to answer it. And since we also design the website design, and we do this like every day in our business at Digipix Inc., this is a very key feature for us to find out, like, how the AI is going to respond to our queries. So let's read the Chat GPT-4 response of response into it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With 8 words input, this is what it's giving me. The purpose of the responsive website design is to create a website that adapts and responds to the device on which it is being viewed. With the increasing use of mobile devices across the internet, it is crucial for websites to be designed with responsiveness in mind, so that they can provide an optimal user experience regarding of the screen size or device type. I like the intro paragraph very well. Very subtle, very good and clean writing. Responsive web design involves using a flexible grid system, scalable images, and CSS media queries to ensure that the website layout and content adjust to fit the screen size of the device being used. This means that the website will look good and be functional on a wide range of devices, from desktop computers to smartphone. Very well. The flowing of this one explaining point is very good, but we're going to compare that in a second. By designing a website with responsiveness in mind, businesses can ensure that their website is accessible to the widest possible audience, regardless of the device they are using. This can help to improve user engagement, increase conversions, and enhance overall user experience. Very nice, very nice. Now, when I compare this with the Bing writing, definitely Bing writing is far larger and bigger writing compared to this. And it also did something too. It wrote technical writing really well, like meta queries. And it also gave the bullet points kind of thing without the boldness to it. But it is good enough that I can be able to highlight and add it as a bullet point. This is very good that on the Bing we are getting this response, but Chat GPT is giving us conversational side a good response to it, but Bing gave us the informational side good response. So I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I'm going to try within the same question from the Bing, as the Bing has more option, what tone we want and things like that. So let's change the tone this time on the Bing browser and see like what is going to respond to us. So I'm going to go on the Bing browser, and I'm just going to write my writing based on the same wordings, write my writing, professional, and let's see what is going to give it to us. And our length is short, medium, and long, and we're going to keep it long, and we're going to say, just write it again. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. So same about 26 seconds it's wrote this. So let's copy this and neutralize it, and then bring it into the Word, and then second take with professional writing. What was the first take one? Was informational tone. First take with informational tone. So just highlight that, so we are aware that like what is respond to that. So that was informational tone, and this is going to be a professional tone. So let's highlight this one, enter the red, and let's see the response to it here. Okay, so it just like a big glop of paragraph, right? And if I'm just going to like copy that, did I like I just want to see like did I even copy it right? I'm supposed to copy it right. Yeah, I copied it right. It literally gave me 171 word rather than like split it into the part over here. So let's check the response to it. Responsive web design, RWD, I like the abbreviation of that, is a web design approach that aims to make web pages render well on a variety of devices and window on screen sizes, from minimum to maximum display size, to ensure usability and satisfaction. The purpose of responsive web design is to create a consistent and optimal user experience across different devices and browsers without requiring separate versions of the same website for different platforms. Responsive web design uses HTML and CSS features such as media queries, fluid grids, fluid images, and modern layout methods to automatically resize, hide, shrink, or enlarge elements of a website according to the device viewport. This enables a website to adapt to different screen resolutions, orientations, and aspect ratios without compromising its functionality or aesthetics. Responsive web design also improves the performance and accessibility of a website by reducing loading time, bandwidth usage, and scrolling. Responsive web design is not a separate technology, but an approach that incorporates various best practices and techniques for creating flexible and responsive websites. Very nice, very put, but if you ask me, the first take with the informational version was really nice and good, and the breaking points with the bullet point I'm still liking on the first version of it. But the good thing is, with the different versions and variations, I'm getting different responses. For example, it didn't use the word viewport before. So devices viewport is very important. We understand that we have computer, desktop, laptop, tablet, and mobile, but devices viewport is the end screen size, so which is very, very nice. So for example, literally responsive website, if I'm going to write it in a nutshell, is going to display responsive web, like in a human lingo. The responsive website adjusts its containers as containers of content with photos, text, and videos in any size, from billboards to watch wristwatch. That's it. That's a simple definition of the responsive website. The responsive website adjusts its containers of content with photos, text, and videos in any size from billboards to wristwatch. So regardless of the screen size, it's going to adjust it and is going to look fabulous into it. There are many elements into it, like you want full width, fixed width, or like whatever the width design is, but that's getting into the detail. But look at the quality of the writing. Definitely we need to talk about media queries, fluid grids, fluid images, modern layout method and all that. But that is a very good design of writing and purpose that AI is laying out for us. If you ask me, like this will open further discussion, like how further we can be able to read. So all this fluid images, fluid grids can be a separate blogs writing, which can be interlinked within the same blogging on the website. So it's a good start. I'm actually seeing this and telling myself, like, the computer intelligence has reached to the point like it can do the logical writing in a sense. And just see where we started with few words in a line that is writing our different versions and variations to it. Now see what other writing style we want to choose. We definitely tried informational and it gave us a very detailed one. Professional one, just if I want to give one paragraph to a CEO or executive for him to make it understand what is that about. So that's what it did. We can also utilize these variables with medium and short versions of it to see how it's going to look. But let's try different things. Let's try within it, because Chat GPT 4 is not giving me an option, and I'm going to come back to Chat GPT, instructing it that write this paragraph about this with 2,000 words and make the writing informational or professional, targeted for the executives. So I'm going to come back to that, but currently, I'm just sticking to the point, one stepping at a time, and I'm moving accordingly. So let's see how it's going to respond to it. So let's try the same thing with ideas sector into it and see how it's going to look. And then we're going to see the blog post side of it and see how it's going to respond to that. So generate draft. I'm not going to wait my time into this, and we are writing the ideas into it. So let's go in our document and writing second take with professional writing. No, second take. Okay, so we third take with ideas section, ideas writing. Let's see how it's going to respond into the ideas writing. And I'm going to separate the Chat GPT 4 version completely separate, so we know that this is separate. Come back to it, it's still writing, so which is nice. So when you're doing the project planning, project management for writing something, you got to understand these tools are there to assist you, but if you don't know how to manage the data, what inputs to give, what inputs to ask, how to handle the data, and put it into the equation that it looks flexible, it looks comfortable for the reader to read and respond, this is not going to flow very well on the end user's end. Now, while I'm writing the idea, it is writing such a long version because I already have selected the long versions to it, focusing for 2,000 words limit to it. So now I'm going to copy that, neutralize it. Okay, it can copy this time. So copy, neutralize it, and then try to put it here, and now see it. That is definitely more than 2,000 words. I believe it is. I could be wrong. No, this 481. I think 2000 words is a lot of words. So, okay, so let's read it. Third takes with the ideas section of writing. Responsive web design is a web design approach that aims to create web pages that looks good and function well on all devices, from desktop to smartphones. Responsive web design is not a separate technology, but is a set of best practices and techniques that use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and adapt the layout, content, and interaction of a website to the screen size and capabilities of the device. Some of the benefits of responsive web designs are: it improves the user experience by providing a consistent and optimal viewing experience across different devices and platforms. It enhances the accessibility and usability of the website by making it easier to read and navigate and interact with or any device. It increases the reach and engagement of a website by catering to a wider audience of potential customers and users who use different devices to access the web. It reduces the maintenance cost and effort of a website by eliminating the need of separate versions or adaptations for different devices. Very nice writing. And this time the flow is coming even more digestible, not super informational, nor very professional. It is, I think, the variable was selected professional in my point. But now the next one, I'm going to select the informational and check the blog idea segment to see what improvement we're going to get in this one. So improve, like, all of this is good. Some points and features that are used to implement responsive web designs are meta queries, CSS. So now this is coming from the first version. We observed that it did meta queries and all that, but in the first version it did not give me a whole lot of detail. But what I'm realizing, and right now the system on the back end realizing the user, which is me, is interacting with the AI system and much more interested, which means that I'm researching, I'm more hungry for quality information, and I'm putting time. Like, the recorded time is more than 30 minutes, so half an hour I'm into this, so I'm not satisfied, so I'm modifying the system. So it is giving me more solid information now, more information compared to what it gave me before. So this is nice styling, and I'm liking what I'm seeing, and it is quite good. The good thing also is just not giving the same information, so we have to try different options. So we cannot be able to make the option which is available over here and think that, like, and this was the best fit. No, we need to test it out with the different variations to it and see what fits over there compared to the fitting over here, and compare them literally side by side and see the quality of the writing. So very nice way to put it. And then responsive typography. I was going to say that, like, typography was left out. This is also the CSS styling and all that. Font use, font weight, height, alignment also get adjusted too. This is a very deep discussion, if you ask me to, do it. So we usually do it between the consultant, designer, and developer, like how the website is overall going to behave, move, and work together in the conjunction of a better screen flow and all that. So very nice, and liking what I'm seeing. So very cool about that. So users capabilities, user preferences or context. So it's just broken down in a points. I don't know what happened there. It's not a bullet points, but it's just breaking down in lines. So it's still very good. So what I'm going to write it is in this one, it came along from there on professional tone, writing in professional tone, So this is also the segment that we need to highlight it. that it wrote in a professional tone. So the next one, we're going to try with informational tone and say a long draft, generate draft. And while it's doing this, we're going to copy this one and we're going to, like, write it down. Am I putting the plus signs? Yes, I am. So just, it's a breaker that I put to understand, like, this topic still continue, and you should expect more. So it's a fourth take with ideas, writing in professional tone. Let's see what is going to show us now. While I'm doing this one, I'm going to, like, yellow it too, so we know, like, there are two different options within the options of selection. So okay, so come over here, and it's done it in 20 seconds or something like that. So same thing, multiple options here to work on, less option on Chat GPT side. So Bing is doing a fantastic job, in my opinion, giving its user the different responses, flow and behavior to understand and digest the content. So let's copy that. I don't know how long that one is. So let's take it to the Word document and dump in there and see. Okay, so not a whole lot compared to the other version, but we need to understand, like, we got all of this in just breakdown in a point which does not make no sense in a paragraph. And before we, like, move it forward, I'm going to put it into the Grammarly testing it too, like, how the other softwares are behaving to it in order for grammatical mistakes and things like that. And it is very important for us to analyze and assess things in the right direction, because if you're just not going to write things properly for the better flow, but better understanding, then this thing happen. And this is not copy and paste game. You need to put time. You need to put time. So people think that you can literally and do it. For the email header, subject, and short paragraph writing is fine, but quality blog writing, it's not worth it. It's not worth it in a sense that it's not helpful. No, it's not what I'm saying. It definitely is helpful. But what is it is you need to be careful when you're taking the information. You cannot forward it to anyone or publish anywhere without human checking in it. Now, since I got this all, like, variations in front of me, and now I'm going to utilize this in blog post kind of thing. So line remains the same. I want informational blog this time, long version, and I want to see, like, what it's going to give me now. So while it's doing that, so let's go back to our informational segment, and we're going to, again, just breaking the point that the conversation is still continuing on. Just go to the next page, because this one is going to be long, and this is a fifth take with ideas, writing in blog mode, professional tone in blog writing. Here we go. Yeah, the wordings are good. Blog writing. Let's see what this one is going to do for us. So, and it is an important. Okay, so oh my God, this looks big. This looks big. Okay, so let's copy that, and it's giving me the references too. I'm impressed. Okay, so let's copy that and put it into this one and see, like, what response we get now. Okay, so how much do we got? How much did we get? Did we get still 2,000 words limit? No. So we're going to use all these variables into the Chat GPT sector with 2,000 words with blogging style and with professional tone and all that, and we'll come back to that. What is the purpose of webs? Okay, so it using um, hashtag as a headline, I can zoom. So very nice take in this one. So okay, responsive web design is a web design approach that aims to. Okay, so okay, watch this. This is extremely interesting. Responsive web design, RWD, is a web design approach that aims to make web pages render well on a variety of screen and window or screen sizes. The purpose of responsive web design is to ensure usability and satisfaction for users who access the web content in different devices such as desktop, tablets, phones, televisions, or watches. It literally, I think, hurt me or something, because I'm recording this in Microsoft Windows. So the watches, you don't see the blog is going to write the watches, but amazing. So I'm going to write televisions, billboard. I'm going to add this in billboard. This one is funny that I'm adding it, so I'm going to understand human entry or watches. So very nice and very well done in this regard, because it shows the watches. So device integration and device compatibility is all going to work in this. If you're using this tool, expect all the entries you're making, you are like, I'm doing the recording separately, but I'm engaging on the same PC, so it might hurt me. I use the word watches in my writing. um for suggestion. This is my suggestion, right? So if I wrote this and human factor, so it may got it wristwatch, WRIST. What am I? Wristwatch. Okay, wristwatch is a word. Okay, so but it took that and it put watches there. So nice and impressive. How does responsive web design work? So I would put question mark, definitely, in this one. Why is responsive web design is important? Again, the question, how does it work? So it's basically going in a logical what, how, why level of questions. And that's a very good styling of do it. And then examples, and then conclusion. Here you go. So conclusion is here too. So definitely when you are writing the blog, you want to give the related articles links to back up your research and statement. So this is already it is giving us, so which is very nice to do. And I'm not going to check each link right now, but let's read the conclusion. Responsive web design is a modern essential technique for creating a website that looks good and function well on all devices. By using HTML, CSS, media queries, and other functions of the web platform, developers and designers can create flexible and adaptable layouts that enhance user experience and satisfaction. Now this is nice. I'm liking. So what we're going to do is we're going to try out the Chat GPT version, because I think I've already done this. But before we go that, we have to write it down the professional version, because within the blogging we tried everything but not the professional version. So let's try the professional version of it and see how it's going to respond to our queries. So same question again, professional blog writing, long. Let's generate. In the meantime, let's get back to the document and say, let's do sixth take with blog writing in professional. Okay, so this is not professional one. Last one was informational one. So information. So my apologies. I'm going to change this informational one. Informational. Okay, and let's see what is going to respond to us and how we're going to gauge it properly. Just wait until it is going to be done, and it is giving me a lot of information. It is giving me a lot of information, and I hope I'm not going to crash this today. Okay, now it's giving me the preview right here too. I realized, like, before that it was not giving me the preview, but now it is giving me the preview. It doesn't have to be, but I don't know why, but it is nice that it is giving me the preview as well. Maybe I press the preview, or I don't know. So anyway, it is done. For example, it is done. I don't see anything else. So I'm going to copy this, neutralize it, come back to it, and then put it here. And let's see. It's still like 2,000 words. No. Okay, so responsive web design now start to look similar now, but again, watches and even glass. Oh, okay, okay. See, this is what I'm trying to say. It improves it with the different versions to it. Even glasses, like eyeglasses. So it doesn't mean to be like eyeglasses. This is very nice. I'm going to highlight this one as a human entry. So our team will know, like, this is okay. So anything underlying is entered by human. So TV, watches, and even eyeglasses. So this is pretty good. These factors involved interact with the very nice. And another point which I was missing was zooming in to view the content. This is very critical because with the responsive website, you don't need to zoom in to view the content with the fixed length. Let's say what it does is like, break it down everything for a better flow. So it's zoomed in for you based on the device sizing and all that. But this is impressive, like, how we are seeing it. So this is good. So this is good based on just the one-liner equation for it. So now I'm going to go into the Chat GPT and I'm going to write all the variations into this. So my next version of Chat GPT will be like this. So I'm going to write it here so I don't experiment there. So just breaking point, come over here, write it down, and write a purposeful question to the GPT-4. I think with blog, what I'm noticing is start to give out the outer links. In the other one, which was professional with the informational one, it gives the outer links to the different web pages too. So which is very nice and very supportive. So I wanted to tell the Chat GPT to utilize blog style wordings so it can also give me some good reference points too. So basically, if you're going to write this question in a search engine, it's going to give you those top 3 links or 4 links provided here, right? So which is very good. That's why crucial SEO is very important for all businesses, because artificial intelligence is going to read your website now and to respond it according to the information available to it. Again, AI needs to learn the information in order to process and give you a suggested one. But if you don't have the information available, or if your industry or business information is not available online, how is it going to read it? So people, especially the business websites, are very crucial. So hey, write a 2,000 words blog style article, not article, blog style post about What is the purpose of the website design? Okay, and I'm going to break it into the second line because that's what the human entry will be. So just for the point of reference to write it down here, Chat GPT 4 input with all of the above variables from Bing search Bing search version, something like that. But you got it. It's from the Bing browser. Okay, so now we need to pick the version. Okay, so blog, I'm going to write professional. It needs to be professional, informational, ideas. Yes. So the blog, the writing needs to be the writing needs to be professional, informational, clear, and authentic as possible. So I'm giving the instructions to the ChatGPT, with all of the variables shown above, to just make it even better what we just got so far. So I'm making it better and better. I'm taking the information better as human. I'm writing it better for system to give me even more solid information. The writing needs to be professional information, clear and authentic as possible. The blog will be presented. The blog, now make it straight up. Who's going to read the blog? The business owners. Who are the business owners? Small, medium-sized business owners. So when they're going to read the blogs, they need to understand it easily. So it doesn't need to be I'm not writing this blog for a data scientist or SEO specialist or someone, a web developer and all that, who knows these things already. So I'm going to write this one. The blog is going to be read by small and medium business owners. I don't want to give them the rank because in the big company you have CEOs, president, vice president, and all that. So I just don't want to give the ranking in there. The blog will going to be read by a small and medium business owners. The business owners, the business operators needs to understand the importance of responsive web design, website design, as well as why the websites are important overall in modern time we're living in modern technology or modern time. That's it. We're not living in ancient time. We're not living in older times. This is a modern time. So, and 21st century doesn't fit at all. We are already in 2023. So in 70 years, we're going to be in 22nd century. So let's see if I'm missing anything, because I got the blog in it, I got professional in it, I got informational in it, I got clear and authentic as possible, and let's make it, instead of authentic, I don't know what version is going to give it to me, but I was thinking about changing it to the as detailed as possible. But authentic is also good too, because it needs to be as pure as possible, right? So the blog will going to be read by small and medium-sized business owners. The business operators needs to understand the importance of responsive website design, as well as why the website is important overall in modern time. So let's copy that. Let's put it into the Chat GPT version 4, version March 14 release. So it's not even giving me the version, but date release of the update one. So now the spelling corrector of Grammarly in the system is telling me, like, I need to understand a little blog style. Do I care for that? Right now, a little bit, in a sense that I want it to know that I care about the quality of the writing. So don't ignore that. This is literally taking time. I'm almost hitting, like, 1 hour of this recording thing, but imagine that's what it takes, like, few hours of writing and, like, a few hours of editing a good quality blog. So you have to do the research, you have to do the writing, and you have to like, editing it. So I want ChatGPT to know that I'm educated, I'm professional, and I expect good results. So just leave the blog style writing separate. The business, yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so let's take this out. Need. Okay, that's fine. But hey, so this is a way to address it this time, like, in modern times. Okay, that's fine. So now I'm going to, like, generate it, and let's say, like, 2,000 words. Okay, and I'm not giving the spaces. I'm just not giving the spaces. So just within this window, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 and 6 lines which fits in, and let's see what it's going to do. So, and I'm going to count the time on it because this is fast compared to the Bing response, but let's check it out. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1001, 1002. So in about 12 seconds it is done, and it's saying, okay, 2 of 2 over there. Okay, so I tell you right now, okay, so my question should be here, or the response should be here. Okay, so all right, no, my apology, I don't know what that is. What's the purpose of this one? Okay, I put my information here where I shouldn't, and it didn't give me the right response to it. So let me, for copy this one and just paste it for, like, for testing, and then revise my question again one more time. Go in the Word document, copy this one, and new chat, and explaining this in a fresh chat. Maybe it didn't get me right on the first time because that is the question I wanted to be entirely a separate one. So let's do as professional and, like, going to be read. Yeah, like system, like the blog will be going to be read is better 400 times and this and that. Okay, so let's do this. And okay, so how do I do this? Okay, so let me copy the updated version to it, and let me do the entry now. Okay, and let's see. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. So it is above 30 seconds. So now I can clearly see that it is taking time. It is taking time. It took the information properly and it is writing it. So this is taking way above 30 seconds time, but you need to understand what instructions we have given it to produce. 2000 words blog style post, which needs to be professional, informational, clear, and authentic as possible. And then we're giving it the end user too, audiences too. So it needs to be written by, it's going to be read by rather, like small and medium business owners, which are good in what they do, but they don't have technical information or technical jargon to understand it. And this time is doing a good job making the headings better. And this time it's using 1, 2 rather than like, hashtag or dashes or something like that. So I stopped counting. I'm looking at the clock as managing too many things at once right now. But and this is impressive. This is impressive. If any one of you knows the floating time window which floats on the top of all sections here, or stopwatch, do let me know. I hope Windows 10 or 11 have something like that, but if you know it, let me know so I can be able to put it when I ask the system to produce something. So asking the right question from the query is crucially important. Now imagine if I'm going to ask the similar thing right over here too, and use it in a different blog position and all that. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We crashed the Chat GPT. First time we use it more the most authentic level of the information as possible and all that, and it couldn't handle the load and we crashed it. What a day to remember. November 19, 2023 at 2:14 p.m. We crashed the Chat GPT. Houston, we have a problem. It was writing it and I was not doing anything in between, but it just just stopped it. I think I asked the questions too precise and I exhausted it, but it shouldn't get exhausted. It should be able to give me the writing the way I asked. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. It's not even letting me copy it. Okay, no, unless I'm copying something not right. Okay, so just keep up. Okay. Okay, copy, copy, copy. And let's open the new window. Okay. All right. Notepad, WordPad, pad. Just I need a smaller factor of typing thing. The not responding. Okay, so just note time. Time noted is March 19, 2023 at 14 p.m. 14 p.m. EST. The Chat GPT crashed. Okay, you need to understand, this is a computer system running, run by processors and computers on the back end. If the load is too much, it will give you the network error or the system error. And just to say it's a network error is just not good. Network error, it couldn't be the network error because I tell you the speed side of it. Look at this, the speed we have here. So check out the speed of our internet is 950 Mbps, almost 1 Gbps of the internet speed, and it should not give us the network error over here. Let's take this one out, and it should not give us the network error, which it did. So it's really like funny why it did that. So let me select this, copy this, put it into the Word document, and see, like, what is the response to it. And Word is famously, like, change this fonts. It doesn't need to be, doesn't need to. We need only the Arial font. Why you do that in Word? And let's see, it's still 427 words out of 2000 words over here. So now see, the tabulation came out really nice. See why the responsive web design is important. Okay, so better user experience, improved SEO. Oh yes, this is the extremely important part. Cost effective, reach out more customers, stay ahead of the competition, and the network error hit, and it's just and that was a problem, like, by their side. I already showed you the speed. Our speed is really good in Canada, so not really very amusing to see, like, Chat GPT on a full capacity got crashed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to take a short break and come back, let's say within an hour, and then revise my same words into a new chat. And I'm doing this on Sunday, so there may be a less load onto this, but you never know. Like, people are, like, going all over the world and trying to work with that. So I will revise this shortly. So let's take a 1 hour break and come back, and we want to test out the ultimate test to see what's the response of this will be. Hello and welcome back. I'm joining in after a few hours of break just to see if the Chat GPT is going to work. Previously, a few hours ago, we were working on it and it crashed when we asked full question with all authentic information on it. Write 2000 word blog style post. What is the purpose of responsive website design? And then writing needs to be professional information, clear and authentic as possible. And then it crashed after like 2-3 minutes. I'm going to run the same command and not going to run it in this one because and I'm going to flag it, so at least they can be able to know what happened. This is harmful, this isn't true, this isn't helpful. So I would like to give the feedback while running my question with all details. It crashed after a few minutes, 10 by 0.5. So I'm just going to write it. This isn't helpful. That's all I'm going to say. They need to have the checkbox. It crashed, or did it crash? Did it fail on you or something? So what happened? And it couldn't be our internet speed, because our internet speed is blazing fast. I'm going to run it again, so we know where we're standing. And here we go. We're hitting 970 Mbps, and it is quite good. So let me send this feedback, what went wrong, and then they can be able to take a look into this, and then skip this step. Not worth it. Okay, so let me all revise it, because I think I already copied it. Let me double check on it. Yeah, I think I already copied it, and I have this network error over here. So let me start a new chat and put this one, and this time I'm not doing anything, and I'm just going to press enter. Last time I was trying to even fix the spell checking and everything. So Okay, let's as professional as possible. So it needs to give the quality result. So let's see what is causing this crash. This is the important thing to remember. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, if it is going to stay put or crash this time. So not running anything on the background. So let's see. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so it did not go, and it says something went wrong. If this issue persists, please contact us through our help center at help.openai.com. So what is happening? Why it is not going through? Search for GPT is crashing. Crashing. is crashing. After 2 minutes. Well, I'm glad that I'm making a video of this, so at least I can be able to send them this version. But this is not helpful at all. We need to address this. Maybe let me maybe clear the conversation. Okay, let me check the upgrade to plus option. Upgrade to plus option available even when demand is high. Faster response speed, priority access to new features. Well, I'm not ready to upgrade it yet, but this doesn't mean that it cannot be able to do the right thing on it. So confirm clear communication, new chat. How's the new chat is? Here we go. Everything looks new. So let's put my question here. Perhaps I should clear my question here. No, that was not here. It was here. Here. Neutralize it here. Select here, and try to dump it here, and see what is going to happen. And I'm not going to fix my grammatical error this time. Let it go without it, and see if it's going to work. Hopefully it's going to work. The time is started at 4 p.m. So let's see how long it's going to take. I'm not even touching the mouse, moving the mouse, or anything like that. Just let it do its job. Okay, so it finished it, but it looks like it didn't finish it entirely. It's just a bit rushed it. But anyway, let's copy that. And the funny thing is, Bing provides me the copy button right there. I don't know, stop, move forward, back, copy, like in regenerate. ChatGPT doesn't. And it has more option available here compared to the ChatGPT version. So please, bring the similar version over here too, so it can be helpful for us. So fail. Okay, so let's, oh my god, let's neutralize it first. Okay, so go up, and let's see now. And let me copy that, And let me see the wordings. 644 is still not 2,000 words. It's still not 2,000 words. My God, why is that? Why are you not listening the full instructions? That is a bit disappointing. Let me change my question a little bit, because I need, at this point, I needed 2,000 words written on it. But before I do this, let's try the Bing version. Basically, we're trying it, but ChatGPT is not giving me good results. Bing results is giving me authentic result, and they're running the ChatGPT 4 API on the back end, but somehow the Bing is working well. Like, this doesn't make no sense. The original app is failing in the Bing version. Maybe the Microsoft system is backing it up, and this is good. They are using good keywords and all that. But that's what I'm talking about. And why they're responsive to the small and medium-sized business owners, right? Digital storefront. The lingo is good. I'm going to read that first, but at this point I needed 2,000 words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out in Bing this time and see what happened, what is happening there. So right side by side, I'm going to go long, and I'm going to change the question entirely. Okay, so in this one, since just to be, just keep the wording same. Just keep the wording same. And it's telling me there's some spell mistakes in it. Just don't worry about it. Just let it go. And professional, blog post, long. That's what I need. So I'm going to run professional, blog post, long, and informational blog post, long, and see how it's going to be, because we don't need paragraph. We need full information. And generate draft. Okay, starting at 4:04 p.m. So I'm expecting this time it to deliver about 2,000 words for me. And it is a bit challenge in the 2,000, because usually blogs are 1,000 words or more, but that is what we're trying to achieve. When it comes to control, the direction, the maneuverability, and the edge, the human interaction is unbeatable. Because if you take a look into this, a lot of time is going in trial and testing and getting the results, which is not sufficient, and then a lot of time is going to go in editing process. So this is not going to do the magic for us, but this is going to help us out. But don't expect you're going to simply copy and paste the results. As you can be able to see, it crashes over here too. So let me copy this, neutralize it, and then bring it back in this one to see what results we're getting. Okay, this time it is losing it so much. This seems similar to me. And this is also looks similar to me. This exactly point, it seems similar to me. But this is where it's losing its control, breaking it out into different lines and line over line over line, and then one word on line, like, it's just not thinking. It just like I don't know why it's breaking the paragraph so much. As And then after that, I think it got maybe upset at me, like, why I'm pushing the system so hard. So, and then from research, testing, and design, like, it's not only next line, 2 lines, but after, like, each writing is doing it. So let's try something different. Maybe perhaps like opening up a new window, and then let's say like try to, like, but it's written over here, so it's not too much of a problem. So let me do the informational one and lengthwise, and then try to generate the draft now and see if the informational one is going to work well. Some information is repetitive. Obviously, it learned from it, like, and the patterns trying to show it. And each version, it is you getting better, show me something new compared to it didn't use before. So definitely making the effort. But I'm noticing that after like 15 seconds or 20 seconds maybe, it start to give gaps. It breaks the line, and it just couldn't keep up. It just couldn't keep up. So maybe when we ask information, maybe we don't ask the whole lot of information in a conjunction of one summary, rather than we ask paragraph or point by point information, and then this and then try to process it. But this is something that I need to, like, assess and learn. So we need to run with the Bing test to see eventually how it's going to respond it. And this is what we need to check and grasp the detail of it, if it is going to work well or not. So is this the 2,000 words right now as we speak? I don't think so. It is 2,000 word is generally about 4 pages, and this is certainly not. Giving the 4 pages is not. It's certainly better version, 741 words overall. But giving the spacing and all that, it also count the words too. I don't know how the words calculate the wordings, but it's it needs to work out. So the conclusion is, you just don't throw the ideas to it and expect that it's going to give it to you everything. It's just like traditional blog writing as well, that you need to do proper blog writing by doing the keyword research first. Based on that, you need to see those keywords, how they're reacting with the current web searches. Then you review them and then see where the keywords trends are going, and based on that you start to write your points. Then you sort the points, and based on that points you start writing the article, and then talk about traditional things to middle ground things to advanced things coming into the equation, and then you try to, like, summarize it, and that takes time. So when humans write it, they write it with a little bit of process into it, rather than, so to me, if you ask, instead of software failing, because things should not fail. So if this video is going to be reached by software engineers or developers, my message to you is, If the query is too large or complex, do not process. Rather than failing the AI system, just say, please provide few clarifications before we proceed. And clarification ABC. And based on the same context, take time to do that, and user will give the input, okay, try to do this, try to do that, or if this, do that kind of analysis based on that, and then say, and while the user is giving input as a real-time system, make the entry on the back end. So while user engages on the front layer, the back layer is processing the request. So as soon as user give the information, that goes into the system too, and then you maybe process. So system is processing 30% capacity but not releasing. But as soon as the user give the input, it goes with 100% capacity, and then combine the results with the completion of the task in mind. For example, I give 2,000 words to it, but AI system handles that like it's a way too much of the ask that you are asking me to do. It's just like, somebody said, why don't you like write at 200 pages of the book about like 200,000 words in it, right? Of course, it's a monumental task, but you don't expect somebody like AI system is going to process it. So simplifying it and say, maybe I couldn't be able to write. So AI system can ask, maybe I couldn't be able to write like 2,000 words for it. Would it be okay if I can give you quality one less than 1,000? Would that be okay? And give a little analysis, because most of the blogs are like about 800 to 1,000 words, or 850 to 1,000 words even. And why do we write blog? Not only information wise, but SEO wise too. So this can help people to understand it and system to work in a proper function to it. But it certainly was a good experience today and good comparison. In my opinion, Bing did actually a better job, and it has more options available for users to take, and it is working right in the browser. You don't have to go anywhere. It works right in Microsoft Edge browser, which is extremely comfortable and blessing. So I must give the credit to Microsoft, like they're doing a good job. So on the other hand, Chat GPT is doing a good job too, but it needs to improve. When I tried to regenerate it, it didn't. It just completely quit on me, and the recording was there. So it doesn't need to. So if it just need a break, say, why don't you give us 20 minutes break or 1 hour break? I mean, if you are going to interact with the humans, then ask the human level request too. Listen, service level is too high. Would that be okay if you get back to me in an hour or something like that? Or maybe I can process it. Why don't or maybe something humorous. You have given me a lot of information to digest. So let me process it, and this will take about 30 minutes to 40 minutes. So why don't you grab something to eat and come back to me? Humans will love it. We need breaks. Machines don't. So maybe put that into the equation, that this is a lot you gave me to think about and process it. Why don't you take a half an hour break and I will get back to you? And that would be a perfect solution, instead of failing the AI and saying decades of research and engineers, thousands of hours of time developing and testing goes into it. Rather than failing into it, say, just give us the time and I'll get back to you. And then utilize the optimum resources of your learning process and processing procedure, and then provide the results. But intention is not the speed here. Intention is the quality. So please understand this. Try to make the results as good as possible, authentic as possible. Rushing is not going to work very well. This is not a cashier results you're showing me. So rushing is not a winning proposition here. Quality is. So please, if an engineer is going to listen to this video, which I'm planning to send it out, focus on quality and buy some time, because it's not the race for you showing me something in half a second or quarter of a second or millionth of a second with billions of search results. And nobody wants to get like billions of search results, and nobody goes more than 2 to 3 pages of the search results anyway. So get realistic here and get practical here. We want good information and authentic information, yes, but do take time to deliver good. If you cannot handle, system cannot handle, buy time. Take time. I would be happy if the system would say, why don't you go sleep? It's nighttime in Eastern Standard Time, and I will get back to you tomorrow. And process the results overnight when the server load is minimal in North America, and then deliver it. So these are my few suggestions, and professional people can wait. They understand how the system works and they are patient. So thank you very much everyone for watching, and I appreciate that. So give me your input. What do you think about it? And definitely hopefully this video help some people to understand how and what's the difference between Chat GPT and Bing in Microsoft Edge. Good job overall, Microsoft Bing and Chat GPT as well, but there's some improvements to be made, and that's my suggestion. So if you have any queries and want to reach me out, just reach at digipixinc.com or just slide it down, contact us through here. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.